What's up? It's been a while. In case anyone wondering what I've been up to for the last couple months, mostly just this. My Denali trip is finally coming up in about 3 weeks. So for the last couple months, this is what I've been up to. Just climbing mountains and recently adding more and more weight. So this is the pack I'll be taking on Denali. I have about 40 to 50 pounds in it right now. And I actually towed a sled up earlier today, which we're gonna head up and go see. But this right here, this is called the saddle. So I towed a sled up to there with about 50 pounds on the sled, left the sled there, went to the top, to the summit with a friend. We skied down to back down to there, and now I'm touring back up. And now I'm headed back up to go get that sled and take a second lap down. So a lot of training, this is the most applicable, so it's the best to get done while there's still snow. But I've usually doing probably 1 day a week of a medium to long bike ride of at least like an hour and a half or so. And then I do 2 good days in the gym on my work days, because I'm lucky enough to have a gym at my work. So usually get about a 60-minute workout twice a week at the gym. Then 2 long days like this where I'll be out for 3 to 4 hours, and then a bike ride. So in case anyone's curious, that's kind of been my training plan, and over time I've been adding more and more weight to get used to weight. So yeah. And hopefully my sled is still here. And there it is. That's all the snow that I hauled up from the parking lot just to add weight. And there's the sled. Not bad for a Tuesday afternoon. So yeah, basically right here, this is called the saddle, the ridge line. This is a ridge line where it kind of slopes off to the either side. And the saddle is because we're kind of a saddle in between the 2 peaks. So there's one up that way, the one that I just did, and then there's another one up there. So I'm tired. I'm just gonna take that sled down and call it a day. It's been about 4 hours and about 3,000 feet of gain, but with weight. So overall, good workout, good day. And for anyone wondering how to do these workouts without living in an area where you have mountains to train in, I'd recommend pretty much the same thing. Put a pack on, and a weighted pack, and strap a sled to it, and you can still just find a hill and drag it up a hill. Or if all you have is really gym access, then I'd recommend wearing a pack and using like a stair stepper or something. But to be honest, I would not want to head out to Denali without having at least a little bit of sled pulling experience, just because I don't know if you can see here. I'll grab it real quick. It's in another video, but just a word of advice, I use PVC pipes, and it makes it a lot easier, so the sled doesn't run into the back of you, and it just makes it a lot easier to control. So something to think about if you're trying to rig up a sled and do some of this for an upcoming trip or anything like that. So Denali is really the only major one that you need a sled. So other than that, like backpacking into like a yurt or something. So yeah. I guess I'll catch you guys later. Peace. Alright, well I never got to turn that training vlog into anything, so I decided to just make it longer and do a gear list and the training vlog all in one video. So this is probably going to be pretty boring for most people, so unless you're interested in what I packed for Denali, I would just wait for the next video. Also, I'm not going to be super detailed because there's plenty of other Denali gear list videos out there on YouTube. So just going to kind of do a quick run through of what I'm personally bringing to Denali, as well as there's a couple things missing. I already shipped my split board, poles, ice axe, and pretty much anything long, so the PVC pipes that I'll hook up to my sled. So other than that, this is my gear list. Alright, so we'll start over here. We'll start with, I have just a regular hat, and then as well as kind of one of these sun hats to protect my neck and my back while I'm on the glacier. This is a little chair so I can sit around since I'll be on the glacier for 2 weeks. This bottle is actually for peeing when you are in the tent at night when it's too cold and you don't want to get out. So I'm bringing a 1 liter and a 1.5 liter bottle, as well as these are called bottle parkas, but those will hopefully prevent my water from freezing. Right over here we got a little inflatable pillow. That's my, it's called an X-Bed down mat. It's supposed to be pretty warm. I used it once in about 5-degree temperatures and it was great. I'll couple that with this Thermarest. So you'll put this down first and then this inflatable on top of that and should be nice and warm. These are the boots I'm bringing. Luckily I only have to bring 1 pair of boots, so those will be what I hike in as well as what I snowboard. I'm bringing an extra insole, and then this is just a knee brace, but the extra insole is if for some reason my foot swells too much, I can take out the thicker ones in there and put in that. Got my shovel. Like I said, the ice axe has already been shipped. Got a beacon. Not too needed on the glacier, but I figure if we're going to bring our probes and our shovel, might as well have your avalanche beacon and be extra safe. I'm just bringing an extra, I'm not even sure what this would be called, but just like an extra basket for my ski poles in case anything breaks, because when it breaks your pole will jab like through the snow and can be really annoying and not too helpful unless it has one of those baskets on it. So just bringing it back up. Alright, as for base layers and I guess legs, I have a light polyester, I think it's polyester. Yeah, polyester. So I have a light 3/4 length polyester base for the warmest days. Then I have a medium wool base layer right here. Then I have this thick Expedition base for up top. These are some Dawn Patrol soft shell ski pants. If I get cold, I have some down pants that can go on top, and then this is kind of a rain and wind layer with full side zippers, which are important so you can put on your stuff so you can layer without having to take your boots or anything off. Alright, got a harness, nothing too special about that. This is an ascender, can go up a fixed line, just a bunch of cording and rope just to set up the sled and whatnot. So I've got a bunch of gloves here. I've got my standard winter gloves, then I've got kind of a lighter winter glove for hiking. Oh, let me get the camera on it. And I got a lighter winter glove for hiking, even lighter, and then kind of like almost a base, and then some really thick Expedition gloves. Those are hopefully only going to be needed for the very top. Alright, now we have the tops. So similar to the bottoms, we've got all the way down here, we've got a hard shell to help with wind and rain. We've got a insulated down jacket. We've got a mid-weight fleece, a kind of a mid-weight wool base layer, so that's my thickest for the top. Then I've got a kind of a medium one right here, long sleeve as well, non-hooded, and then I've got a really lightweight like polyester, still long sleeve to protect from the sun, and then just one short sleeve in case I'm either really hot or just in the tent or something. And then this is just a dry towel. And then over here we got some head stuff, so actually back there I got a helmet and goggles. I have 2 lenses, so a dark and a light. Then I have a bunch of headgear or more head stuff here, so like a polyester wool hat. Then I have a fleeced hat, a couple balaclavas, which are these things. They're kind of hooded mask things for your whole head. Kind of a neck warmer, fleece neck warmer, a couple of these sun buffs, and then 1 face mask. And that's basically it for the head. Right here and here's got my crampons for my boots, so when we go onto ice, and these boots are actually cool enough. They have, I don't know if you can see, but they actually have a clip in the back, so these crampons can actually, let's see where it is. It's not very visible, but there's a bar. This bar actually will clip onto the back and kind of hold them on nice and snug. So we got, back to this, we got crampons, we've got my skins that go on the bottom of my split board. I've got, these are over boots for when it gets really cold. You literally just, they are exactly what they are called. You just put them on top of your boots. It's like an added layer. And then right here, these are gaiters. Those kind of go over the boot and up the leg, so it protects you from stabbing your pants with either the crampons, as well as kind of tucking, everything tucks in, so keeps everything nice and warm and keeps snow out. For socks, I'm bringing, so basically four pretty thick wool, a little bit different thicknesses and length, but for the most part all medium to thick wool, and then 1 really light silk layer that you can kind of put underneath if you're having any heel issues. It helps with that. It will help with rubbing on your heel. And then got a light polyester, and then 2 medium to thick wool boxers, and then a really thin layer wool boxer. And so that's what I'll have on the mountain for 2 weeks. And then we've got our toiletries, so a couple hand warmers, some cough drops. I've got wipes. This is all my medicine and medical supplies, so mostly stuff for altitude and if I get sick or nauseous or anything like that. In here I've just got some tools and lighters and stuff like that. Mostly gauze, tape, different things, and some Velcro strips to tie some things up. My toiletry bag, just a bunch of stuff you would expect. Right here is a whole little backup kit that I put together, which is just a bunch of backup bolts for my split board and some tools in case I need that. I'm gonna bring a little notebook. In here has got a face cover for sleeping at night, and then this right here on the top is a nose cover for that you can connect to like sunglasses. It literally, this little strap connects to your sunglasses, and then this just goes over your nose, and that will help from sunburn on the glacier. I'm bringing 2 solar charging boxes, so these are batteries with a solar charger on top, as well as a friend loaned me this larger solar charger, and so I'll use that to kind of recharge these blocks because this one doesn't have any solar charger, and this one may or may not work the greatest with how small it is, so this one will be much better. Got a dry towel, or sorry, a dry bag for any electronics or anything. I can put them in there and wrap them up nice and safe. I'm gonna bring an iPod, headphones, I've got a walkie-talkie, and then this is a satellite tracker, so I can actually send messages to Allie, or if I get in any situation, I can also, it's got a SOS button, which is nice, so we're not completely remote and off the grid. I've got a bowl, a long spoon, a knife. Right here, this is not just for me, but these are just really, they're contractor bags, just really thick trash bags basically to bury things in the snow with. And then for the big 2-ticket items that are hopefully going to keep me nice and warm is this big boy. I've got a North Face, I think it's a 800 fill down jacket or expedition parka. So that is going to be for the cold nights and when we get towards the summit. And then right here is a -40 Marmot sleeping bag. And this is what I'll be using to keep me warm on those -20 nights. So that's basically it. Okay, so I forgot a couple more things real quick. So I also have these sweet down booties. Showed them in other videos, but these are a newer, warmer pair. I'll be using those to keep the feet warm when I'm not in those boots at camp. And then, so in case anyone else is wondering also, this is a compression bag, so I'll be packing that big sleeping bag into here, and hopefully that jacket as well, and then pressing them down so they'll fit into my bags better. Got a 90-liter backpack, and then I've got under that is a black duffel, but that's 170-liter. And then, so we're actually getting most of our food there, since it's too hard to fly with all of it, through the same service that's flying us to the glacier. So they're going to provide us with 15 days of food for when we're on the glacier, which we'll have to tow up the mountain with us, and then some fuel. But I'm also bringing like 3 days of backup food or snacks, however you want to look at it, just for if we get caught in a long storm and either are starting to run out of food, I'll have a couple days of backup, or just for things that I particularly like or know I can eat if I'm not feeling very hungry and I don't like their food for some reason. So not bringing too much, but I'm bringing also, we got just a bag of Gatorade so I can make sure not to get dehydrated. A couple of things of ramen because they're light and delicious, nice and salty. And then basically I have a bag of like salty treats. So we've got Funyuns, popcorn, combos, beef jerky, and chips. So we've got, and in this bag we've got some Funyuns, some popcorn, some combos, some chips, and then some beef jerky. And then this bag is basically just a bunch of gummy and sweets of all different sorts. Couple goo packs, but mostly like this is Sour Patch Kids and sweet and salty nuts. So just a bunch of things that I can munch on and keep myself fueled if I'm stuck in the tent for a while. So ta-da! Everything is packed. So this duffel has about 50 pounds worth of stuff in it. And then this pack, minus a little bit of the electronics that I still have to go through and make sure everything is charged. This pack, this 90-liter, weighs about 30 pounds as of now, but remember I shipped some things and I still have to pick up food, so all said and done, I'll probably have about 140 pounds that I'll have to get up the mountain. So you deduct some of that weight because I'll have my boots and my skis on my feet, and then I'll probably end up with approximately 75 or so pounds on, 75 to 80 pounds on the sled, and then probably about 50 to 55 on my back. So yeah, luckily I don't have to carry that the whole way up the mountain. Each place we get to drop a little bit of the weight, and we'll eat it away each day as well. So yeah, ready to go. And if you want to see my actual adventure, I will be uploading videos once I get back. I'll probably break it up into a couple videos, but I'll do my best to get the first one up as soon as I get back. That would be early June-ish. So wish me luck. Catch you guys later. Peace.